Guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be covering the review for Sony's E3 press conference. Just a little bit about the conference, and let me start here. Their conference was really small. It was only like maybe 45 minutes to an hour tops, and pretty much all they showed was games. So let's go into it now and see what they had to offer this year. So first up, they had a new game, which is sent by the same developers Until Dawn. It's called Hidden Agenda. And basically it's a game that lets you actually use your cell phone, and you can use your cell phone to interact with the PS4 game and make different choices, kind of like You Don't Know Jack, if you've ever played that before. You're really a crime thriller as a serial killer named the Tapper, and you can play solo or you can play with up to 5 friends. So they didn't show a lot about it, but I mean it's a new development IP. So we'll have to wait and see what's the deal with that. Next up, they showed Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. I think that's dropping in August, if I remember correctly. And basically you get to be the chicks that are in Uncharted and get to play as them, and you get to do your own little side quest to pick up treasure and visit ancient tombs. Kind of like Nathan Drake when he did it in Uncharted 1 through 4. If you haven't played those games on PS4, definitely check those out. They're really good to have. So next up we got Horizon Zero Dawn. They're actually coming out with an expansion this year where you get to enter the frozen tundra of the Ice Age. So that's going to be available this fall. Next up they showed another zombie game. It's called Days Gone. It's a zombie horror game, and they showed you how to weaponize and develop different weapons. So basically how the game works is it's a single player game, it looks like. It's kind of looked like the Until Dawn engine. You're a single guy, you're out in the world, you got to get guns and weapons and survive against the zombie apocalypse. Next up is Monster Hunter World. It's an RPG. It's in the Monster Hunter universe. Not a really big fan of this series. I've never played them because I'm not a big RPG fan, but if you like that series, definitely check it out. Next up, they announced that Shadow of the Colossus, which was a PS2 game back in the day, is actually getting an HD remastered version. So that'll be coming out very soon. It was remastered before on the PS3, but it's going to be a lot better this time because it's going to be PS4 and take advantage of those PS4 Pro 4K graphics. Next up, we got Marvel vs. Capcom. So basically they showed some gameplay of that. And some of the characters included in the game were Doctor Strange, Gamora, Black Panther, Nova, Arthur, and Grandmaster Mio. So basically that's a fighting game, of course. It's like Street Fighter, it's like Tekken, and it's just set in the Marvel vs. Capcom universe. So definitely check that out if you're into fighting games later this year. Next up they had Call of Duty World at War II. It looks like Sony has the exclusive rights to show this game at E3, and they had the exclusive rights to the DLC for a few more years. So, I mean, it looks just like a regular Call of Duty game. It's set in World War II. Got new weapons and new environments. Definitely destructible, kind of like Battlefield 1 was. So we'll have to wait and see what that game has to offer. Definitely check out the trailer if you're into that. Next up, they have PSVR. So they're coming with Skyrim VR, and it's going to have new upgrades for that, so you can play with your actual PSVR. So that's pretty neat if you have that. The game of the show was actually God of War. It's going to be launching early next year. So God of War is going to be a take of God of War is a little bit older. Kratos is older, of course. And he's got a son now, so definitely him and his son get to go through the adventures of the game and take out some of the enemies in the game. So you get to go through the mythology world. It's kind of a open world intake of God of War. And definitely check that out and see how you like that. I played 1, 2, 3. I like those. So I definitely will check this out when it comes out next year. Next up was a new title called Detroit Become Human. So it's kind of like a pop-to-lick robot game where you get to actually pair up with different people, and basically there's multiple outcomes for the game, and you kind of have to not get caught while you're freeing the mannequins from the mall. Not really sure about how it's going to work out in the game, but Definitely check out the trailer and see what you think of it. Next up, they talked about Destiny 2. So, you know, it's a sequel to Destiny 1. Comes out later this year. I didn't play Destiny, the actual full game. I did play the beta. It was okay. I just never been to take a chance to pick up the full game. So if you want to check that out, go ahead. And if you haven't played Destiny 1, definitely check that out before you play Destiny 2. Basically, it's going to be bigger and better than before. You get more quests, more different upgrades for your guns and stuff. It's going to be pretty cool. Next up was the actual Spider-Man. So it looks like Activision and Spider-Man have went over to the Sony camp. Sony has exclusive rights to the new Spider-Man game. It's going to come out next year. They showed about maybe a 5-7 minute trailer on it. It looked really good. It's pretty neat. It's kind of like Uncharted, I would say. Except in the Spider-Man universe, you get to play as Peter Parker. You get to kill the bad guys and go take over the universe and save the world pretty much from people that are trying to take it over. It looks really neat. I'll have to wait and check it out next year. We'll see how that goes. They didn't really talk a lot about anything else like their online play or adding new games to like PS Vita, nothing like that. So it's just pretty much Sony and their PS4. They just hit the PS4, bam, 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 all the good games. So Sony was probably my third favorite conference out of the three main ones. Microsoft was first. And then we have my Nintendo thoughts coming up. So of course, process of elimination is going to tell you I feel your Nintendo was second, because they showed a lot of good things. So this has been my review of Sony's E3 press conference 2017. Definitely thanks for subscribing, like, commenting. Definitely check back with us for the other videos for E3. And we also have some new videos coming up next week for different things. I'm actually going to do a big upload for all my E3 videos at one time, so you guys can check them out all out together. So this has been DarkClown. I'm DarkClown Studios, and thanks for watching.